All right, we are good. What is up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to Technical Foul. I am your co-host, Niko House, and I'm here with Brandon.
Nick. Let's get it.
What's up, man? It's been a while, y'all. I know. I'm going to take this time to go ahead and blame B-Nick. It's all his fault. It's not my fault. Nobody told this guy to go have a real life and a job and hobbies and shit. So the onus is all on him. However, I'm glad that he is back. You know, he's been doing a lot of good things with his life, playing some basketball, man, leveling up every year out here.
We're back at it.
Still would get banged on. You know,
we're back at it.
He's always playing basketball, but now he's leveling up. You know, setbacks in life never stop beating it, boy. He's still banging on people out here.
Never. Gotta keep pushing.
You can get the hops too. You try to catch the bunny. B-Nick y'all don't know, B-Nick got a highlight tape of just posters of everybody he done dunked on. They aren't playing. But what's up, man? How you been?
I've been good, man. It's good to be back. Good to be back in the groove. Got to get more consistent with it, and we will. And I will.
Yeah, absolutely. But speaking of consistency, the All-Star game. How do you feel about the rosters, and who do you feel like got snubbed? If anybody did, because all the injuries now, I feel like everybody who wanted to get in got in because of the complaining. But
yeah,
it's like they wished it. They spoke it into existence. Yeah, I wish these people weren't on. Next thing you know, Dragic is an all-star starter. Ain't that some shit?
3 or 4 people dropped. I mean, one thing I do like about this year's NBA All-Star game is just the fun that people are going to be able to have. Of course, we would like to see East and West and who's best out of the East and West, but
I would,
man, we know that. We know that. So at the end of the day, this is good because the teams get to get mixed. People get to play with people who they wish they could play with and who they never would have had a chance to play with in the old format of the All-Star game. I don't know how long they're going to be continuing it, but it'll be good to see it this year for sure, at least this year.
This is better. Of course, once again, I would love to televise. I think the drama would have been good for the league.
Yeah, the draft.
Gave them something to talk about. It gave us more to talk about, too. I definitely want to see where LeBron drafted Kyrie. I want to see that. I think that like I said, you know how I feel about it. I felt like Kyrie leaving and everything that happened afterwards is exposed a lot about the LeBron story, but that's a different conversation for a different day. But I also want to see, however, in the future, mixed like all-stars. I can't deal with. I love Dragic. Dragic is actually one of my favorite players. He's a workhorse. He always has been grossly underrated, and he was averaging crazy numbers even with the Suns, and he went largely overlooked because they had Isaiah Thomas and Eric Bledsoe. Yeah. But Dragic is not the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth, or sixth best point guard in the league.
No, not even close.
Because you got to go through Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry, James Harden, because this is guards. So Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry, James Harden, Chris Paul, Paul George, depending on what position he decides to play that day.
Kyrie.
Giannis, who they're doing a favor to the rest of the point guards by putting him as a front court player. You know what I'm saying? Like, the list is like way too extensive for us to just be putting random people in. I think because of that, we're really hurting people's Hall of Fame votes in the future. It doesn't seem like a big deal now, but Damian Lillard almost missed the All-Star game again.
Yeah, again. Again.
And there's nobody but CJ McCollum did miss it again. Yeah. CJ McCollum's not one of the top 5 shooting guards in the league. If not the number 2 or 3.
I mean, he's killing it.
A monster has been consistently a monster since he's come into the league, and he's never made an All-Star game. That's ridiculous.
It'll be tough for CJ McCollum to make the All-Star game if Dame Lillard doesn't make the All-Star game. And especially them being teammates. Yeah.
Because that's his team.
Yeah.
If they're only the coaches are going to select one member from that team. They're not going to select 2 if they have like a spot open, a wild card spot or whatever.
Yeah, they're not the Warriors where they get 4.
4, which I still think is uncalled for. I
don't think Draymond should be an all-star this year.
If there was not more options, then I could see Draymond. But so Karl Anthony Towns made it, Draymond made it. Obviously, Cousins,
Anthony
but
Davis.
he's out. Ant Davis. They have K Durant as a front court person, so he took a spot.
Probably the 4.
And then who else? Who else made it? We're missing a big man.
Porzingis.
No, he's in the East.
Oh, we're talking about from the West.
Yeah, talking the West. I'm trying to figure out who else, because there was somebody who lost the spot.
Who would have replaced him
for Draymond?
Yeah,
and I can't remember who it was, but I still feel like
LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus
Huh?
Aldridge is that other big LA.
Yeah. So yeah, and LaMarcus Aldridge got a spot, and then somebody took Draymond's spot. Who took Draymond's spot?
I don't know.
Not Draymond, excuse me. Cousins' spot.
I don't know.
Was it
Somebody
Cat?
No. No, Cat was originally in there. Who just picked up DeMarcus Cousins' spot?
Somebody picked up. I want to say it was Cat. If it wasn't Cat, it was somebody who I was even saying deserved it before. Like I was like, he should have been picked over Draymond to begin with.
I mean, speaking of snubs,
huh?
Speaking of snubs, I think Mr. Devin Booker should have been allowed to slide in there this year at least.
But his hard, bro. He got youth and seniority, and he ain't got the seniority. And he came at the wrong time because now all the seniority, they're all in their prime.
Yeah.
It's like coming into the league as a guard when Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant, Gilbert Arenas, AI. Yeah. Good guy. Shit. Like Michael Jordan at 38 years old. Like, dude, sorry, bro. It doesn't matter how talented you are. You're not making it as a guard. Like,
just too many of them. It's too many. And then he's in the West. Too many of them, bro. He's in the West, so it's tough.
And he's in the West, dog. That's the thing, man. And now it's like there's so much talent in the West. It's getting disgusting, bro. And LeBron's about to go to the West next year, of course.
I don't know. That'll be something we'll have to attack at a whole another show. We have to get a show for that.
He's going to Houston. I'm calling it.
If he goes to Houston, then I mean, I don't know. I'll be happy as a fan.
He's going to San Antonio. Take a 1 year. Nice. People think he's going to sign for 5 years. I don't think that's the case.
No way. I don't think he'll be signing any 5-year contract option at this late of his contract.
Yeah, everybody's talking about the $200 million contract. Why would he do that?
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll lock himself in like that.
Yeah, I don't. I personally think that I don't know how much his body can take, but I think that the reason that he wants to do 1 year or 2 year with the player option in the second year. I think that the reason he wants to do that is because he even knows that he can't play at the level he's playing, but that's by himself. If he can get other consistent producers, he doesn't have to play 40 minutes a game, and so he can pick and choose when he wants to slow down. Now, we're going to see how he plays with the good coach who's actually going to get in his ass. I don't know how that's going to work out.
He'll be just as good or probably even better. I don't understand why you wouldn't think that.
B-Nick, he spent his whole
He's never had a good coach.
Mike Brown ain't a good coach now? Everybody else in the league considers Mike Brown a good coach except for LeBron.
No, they didn't.
That is
he got disrespected his whole career in Cleveland.
By who?
The media.
When? The first time?
The whole stint that he was there, they blamed everything on him.
I felt like the reason, because I used to like LeBron when he was in Cleveland. I still think that's one of the best LeBrons. I feel like 22, 23-year-old LeBron is the best LeBron. That's when his handle was crazy good. I feel like his shooting was better and more consistent. He attacked.
I mean, that's why they got rid of Mike Brown, is because they blamed everything on Mike Brown. Losses. And them not winning.
Yeah. No. Yeah. The Cavs blame Mike Brown. But what I'm saying is how about the Lakers and Mike Brown? The Lakers did well under Mike Brown. They didn't win, but they did well. Didn't they go to the playoffs?
No. Mike Brown probably had the fastest stint in the coach. He was coaching for about 2 games and they fired him.
Bro, he took the Knicks to a second seed with a bunch of scrubs. Like all of our starters were injured most of the season. Remember?
Mike Brown, did he coach the Knicks?
Yeah, bro. With Jason Kidd, when we had
I have to go look at that. I don't remember that.
Yep.
I know.
As soon as we got rid of Jeremy Lin, that's when Mike Brown was fired.
Well, I know Mike Brown is doing an awesome job assistant coaching for the Warriors.
Yeah, of course. Which
is
it's like a good job
crazy
for him. I feel like he's one of the. I am a firm believer. This is one of the few times I agree with Stephen A. Smith. Black coaches get the shaft in the league,
no doubt,
all the time. They're not part of the good old boys club because it's not a racism thing. It's a when you're an owner, you bring your friends in, then they bring their friends in, and they're more likely to protect their friends or look out for a job for their friends. You know, black people, believe it or not, guys, we're not friends with that many NBA and NFL owners. I know it's hard to believe.
Not the owners.
Not the owner. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, what's his name from Cowboys? Romo, we used to hang out with the owner on a regular basis. The owner looked at him like his son. Hell no, never happening. Except for, Ray Lewis, coon extraordinaire. The owner probably looks at him like his son.
Yeah. He's now on his knees.
Yeah, exactly. So speaking of the LeBron and the Cavs, what do you, as a Cavs fan, attribute this horrendous play to?
As a LeBron fan and a Cavs fan, I can tell you LeBron has a huge deal to deal with it. Number one, he holds –
Say that again?
LeBron.
Huh?
Number one, he holds the ball way too long. All right, so when it comes to offense, the reason why the Warriors are so good is because everybody touches the ball literally on one possession. And the Cavs do not have enough ball movement because LeBron's steady crossing, ISO. It doesn't work. It's easy to guard. You can get a middle school team out there to guard the Cavs offense. The screens, they don't even set screens anymore. Goodness gracious, they whiff them all.
Them some of the worst screens I've ever seen set, bro.
Screens, and then Ty Lue. I don't know if Ty Lue has a playbook or if they run any plays. They do run plays. They run plays, but they're simple. Man, the plays are so simple. It's crazy. For me to sit and watch it and me know what I know, I feel like I can put the Cavs in a better situation or better. Yes, better situations to score and better positions to make something happen than Ty Lue.
He goes to the place on the court. He starts out upper left hand of the court on the 3-point arc as usual. He holds the ball. He tries to cross people over. His whole team gets stagnant. They stand there.
They sit and watch.
Like, oh, what's he going to do? Because they became like that because LeBron stopped passing the ball early in the shot clock. And he tries to do moves that he can't. He's not a dribbler like that anymore. And he doesn't understand that. I don't know if he –
he's still got a good handle
on his side anymore either. He's not getting the superstar calls he's accustomed to getting. So, and you have to kind of, as a superstar, you got to be cognizant of that. Like, you want to blame the refs, but the truth of the matter is, what do they always tell you? It does. If you know if the refs aren't on your side, that doesn't give you an excuse a lot of the times, especially when you're a vet. You got to go out and win anyway. Because I'm going to take into account human error. So stop complaining that you don't get the call and start making better plays so you don't have to count on getting the call to get a basket.
Now, one thing about it. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say it's what is upsetting to me is the scapegoating. And how LeBron isn't actually coming out and quelling the scapegoating. Because the media, they turn on Isaiah in 12 games. I'm like, what player in history outside of Russell Westbrook, but he is a phenom, like takes 3 months, 4 months, 5 months off of basketball and comes back the exact same player in 12 games? Like, that's insane. Just off of,
it's impossible.
Don't take a month off of playing basketball and go try to run up and down the court like you normally run.
Yeah, let alone shoot the ball.
Yeah, shoot the ball like you normally shoot. And then do both of those things while you're wheezing out of your damn lungs because you seriously haven't even ran or sprinted since, like, not an NBA sprint, not a court-to-court, I'm dribbling, trying to cross it. Like, that's not how it works. Like, it just doesn't work. And I think scapegoating Isaiah or even scapegoating Kevin Love is ridiculous because a lot of the time they don't want to point to LeBron because nobody wants to drive LeBron's stock down because LeBron he's a money bringer.
Well, see, now the thing about scapegoating is that LeBron's nixed all of that. There hasn't been, as far as the Isaiah thing, I mean, I know Isaiah mixed it himself, but I mean, as LeBron, you can't go out and fight every story that happens.
No, but that was big. But when you're talking about the guy who's in the process, so you saw how he fought for Derrick Rose, right? He fought for Derrick Rose, let him get his break, and he even defended Derrick Rose in the media. He's the reason that Derrick Rose got $4.5 million, but Dwayne Wade only got $1 million. Although I'm a firm believer that LeBron plays Dwayne Wade under the table. You ain't fooling me, LeBron.
Well, Derrick Rose is making $4.5 million.
4.5.
I know he's making vets minimum though.
Yeah, but he's making like 4.5 total.
And D Wade's making only one something.
Like one, but I think it's because the deal he signs like 1 year or some shit like that, or 2 years.
Well, I know D Rose ended up signing after D Wade though.
But LeBron got him that contract. Now with Isaiah, who should be by all intents and purposes a max player, he deserves that probably more than anybody else at this point. The shit he put up with. Why wouldn't you come out and defend him and fight for him? Then you know this is your second best scorer on the team. Why wouldn't you defend him like you have defended Rose in the public eye, or defended J.R. Smith, or people who are willing to just bow down to you and submit because LeBron likes to be a dominant presence?
Well, I mean, there's been things that he said in the media, but of course he hasn't held a press conference for it. Or,
no, I'm not saying like a press, but he's not saying, but he's doing it like passively. Like he should be like, look, he's 12 games, period. Like, why are we even having this conversation about who's to blame for it? We want him back in shape, period. That's the most important thing for our team to be able to win a championship. We support him. We're supportive of him. Kevin Love's supportive. And that would have been the end of that discussion, period. But now we have to keep dragging it on, and Isaiah has to defend himself. Now the media is saying that, oh, he's being defensive. He's being this. It's his fault. He's breaking down the chemistry. And the chemistry has been broken down since Kyrie Irving left that team.
Yeah, well, this whole thing started with the meeting with Kevin Love, and that was Isaiah Thomas who did it.
But I heard it, but see, according to
so he kind of put himself out there.
LeBron? Who said that? It was Dwayne Wade who actually called the meeting.
They've already admitted that Isaiah Thomas was the one that led it. And
no,
as far as calling Kevin Love out.
It was either yesterday or the day before. It was LeBron or Dwayne Wade. I can't remember which one. We were practicing, and then Dwayne Wade would not let us leave the court until we addressed it. And Wade called. Now Isaiah had asked about it, but people took it as, oh, he was like talking shit about Love. But it turns out him and Love actually have been friends for a long time. They're childhood
friends.
Since
high school.
Yes. Yeah. No, since like middle school, bro. They played on AAU together.
AAU. Yeah, I know they went to the ABCD camp together.
Yeah, so they've been friends for a while. So it actually had nothing. Like, he's like, I've never had a nigga. Like, we're friends. We're cool. Like, if I asked him that, I asked him that directly. And which I think, hey, man, what's going on? Why did you leave the court? I would ask my friend that to know what the hell is going on.
So one thing, too, that I can attest to and that I can say is that LeBron being LeBron brings all types of stories together. Number one, you can't believe everything. Number two,
True.
there's been so much that's been said about him, and that he's had to come out and defend himself just for being LeBron. Where did this LeBron to the Warriors come from? It didn't come from anybody in his side.
It was his wife, apparently. He said
no, it didn't come.
He said, I don't give a damn if my wife said it. If I didn't say it, then it didn't.
Yeah, but she did it though. That's the thing though, is that came from somebody, some reporter who said, if LeBron would entertain the Warriors. You haven't talked to him. LeBron hasn't said it. Nobody in LeBron's campus said it. And so those are the type of stories that, man, as LeBron being LeBron and him being himself, people hating him and wanting him to lose, his fans wanting him to win so much because people hate him so much.
Yeah.
You can't fight every story. You just can't.
Of course. So I agree. You can't fight every story. But the way he came out and fought for that story, or fought against it, really.
That goes to his character, though. Huh? That goes to that accounts for his character. What's going on with Isaiah has nothing to do with LeBron's character. Yeah, it would be cool if he. You have to realize
the chemistry on his team is affected by when you take on an entire team. The chemistry of your team and how you handle those situations is affected by how you deal with it. So whenever KD is having his problems, even if KD is in the wrong, Steph Curry comes out and defends him immediately.
Comes out. What wrong has he done though?
Like the tweets. Remember the tweeting? The tweets.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know, when he does stupid shit like that. he gets defended by his team. Even whenever Westbrook and KD were together, their chemistry was very high. People have made it seem like they were trash. Like, no, they were constantly and consistently either making it to the conference finals. We know they made it to the finals while they were young. They've always been a top 3 team. Yeah, KD choked. But when Westbrook would mess up, in the media's eyes, KD would instantly defend him and vice versa. So that's why I think it's the responsibility of LeBron if he cared about the future of the team. This is why it leads me to believe he doesn't care about the future of the team. And that's frustrating when you're trying to get a max deal.
I just figure he's tired of the conversations, man. LeBron can't live. Let's go ahead and put it out there.
Of course he can.
He is the most scrutinized athlete of history. Of all history of all sports.
I wouldn't say that he's the most scrutinized. I would say because I remember specifically Kobe being very scrutinized. But Michael
not like LeBron.
But Michael was highly scrutinized as well.
Not every movie made. Huh? Of course, social media wasn't there.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like Michael was scrutinized to the point where it's speculated that he was forced out of that 3 years because of his gambling problem. And everything turns to LeBron. I mean, every Cavaliers story, period, ends up turning to LeBron. When he decided to make himself the king, when you crown yourself.
He didn't make himself the king.
He got it tattooed on his goddamn arm, B-Nick.
He has the chosen one and stuff on the back. He got that. He got that in high school. He also
the chosen one on the back, but that's not what I'm saying, right?
He got that in high school, and that name was given to him because he was so good. Kobe had.
I know.
I just don't get it.
Look, but Kobe didn't speak as if everything was a foregone conclusion. He was more so the kind of dude. But LeBron, for his business, for LeBron the business, it works for him. It worked out great for him, LeBron the business. But I think there's a part of LeBron that forgets sometimes that his decisions directly affects his teammates. So, listen, this is what I'm saying. You have a guy in Isaiah Thomas. You didn't want Kyrie to go. Isaiah didn't want to be there. But now this guy, his life is in LeBron's hands right now to a degree, right? Because he can't just take over the team. People will freak the fuck out because if LeBron doesn't give the okay for it, he can't do what he did in Boston.
And he's never going to do what he did in Boston.
Who was pissed because Wade came, and J.R. Smith is everything. Everything about his game is confidence. If he's not confident, if he doesn't feel they believe in him, he can't hit shots.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Like Tristan Thompson has hit the bench, and it messed up his game. It's the thing that one of the things that made the Cavs great was when LeBron had confidence in them, but more so even when Kyrie had confidence in them. And I think that is once again a tribute to LeBron does have interactional issues with his teammates that oftentimes gets covered up because of the leadership or the glue that's on the team at the time. So
Kobe wasn't a good teammate.
I didn't say he was.
I'm just saying.
I didn't say he was.
He's got 5 rings and he wasn't a good teammate. Jordan wasn't a good teammate.
Yeah, Kobe admits to not being a good teammate. And Jordan is kind of –
He definitely was not.
But my thing is the thing that people have given LeBron largely is, he's a great leader. He's a great teammate. He's a great leader. He's the glue to the team. He makes the team go. But and I've always said I don't think that's the truth because Dwayne Wade was the glue to the Heat. Everybody knew this. But as LeBron's brand started to grow because Kobe went down and they had to find another promised one.
Oh, goodness.
It did. What?
LeBron was promised one when Kobe was in the league.
Bruh, there were memes. Y'all forget. The idea that LeBron was ever better than Kobe was laughable when Kobe was healthy. Do you not remember that? It was a constant.
Well, I don't think he's better than him. I don't think he's better than him. I'll never say that. I'll never say that.
But my point is, for whatever LeBron lacked, people say, his leadership makes up for it, and that he's the reason that his teammates are good. However, J.R. Smith came out and said that Kyrie was the glue to the team. He was the heart of the team. And we know for a fact that on the Heat, Dwayne Wade was the heart of the team.
I wouldn't say that.
Bruh, everybody says that. Everybody, the announcers.
That doesn't mean it's right.
Huh?
That doesn't mean it's correct.
But no, because it's the same thing on the
Take LeBron off the floor. Take LeBron off the floor, and what happens? You have a 6-seeded Miami.
Take LeBron off the floor is not
team.
The same thing as take Dwayne Wade off the team. LeBron off the floor. Yeah, they're not going to be as good because he's a great player. That's not what we're saying. No, we're talking about the ultimate goal of winning a championship, but you need chemistry and consistency in leadership and play. Which, like, for the Warriors, that's Draymond. Like, he's not as good as either Kyrie nor Wade, but that's Draymond. That's his job. But they always said that was one of the special things about LeBron, because he could be that leader that Draymond is and the glue that Draymond is. But he also had a lot of skill. But I think his leadership is oftentimes overrated, because I do think there's a selfish side to LeBron.
Oh, no doubt.
Business-wise, I don't really care. I really believe in bleeding the owners for everything they got. Like, I truly, like, I'll respect.
Because it doesn't happen.
Huh?
Yes, because it wasn't happening until he did it. So
no, because he needed to do that, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but I also think that there's a component of, you can't deny how that affects the chemistry of a team when everybody's money is not relying on your decision, and we're at each other's throats, and you're supposed to be the glue. That's what you've been, crowned as, the guy that hit the glue, the guy that's the leader. You claim that's your team. You even got rid of David Blatt to bring in Tyronn Lue. Like, this is your team. You're the one who made us bring in Darren Williams and made us go into the salary tax. So that
this who else was there to pick up?
Huh?
Who else was there to pick up? Then?
No, I'm just saying though. But the what he paid people to go into the salary tax, or he forced the owners to pay people to go into the salary tax just to have a chance to compete. This was LeBron who said he needed all this. Now, whether it's right or wrong is irrelevant, but you can't deny responsibility. That's a lot of the responsibility falls on LeBron. That's supposed to be his job to get that team together.
I think that people hold LeBron to a higher standard and in different ways of going about things than they ever have of any other player.
And what do you mean? I do agree in some aspects you're correct.
When we're talking about leadership, they didn't ask Kobe to do any of this. Or Kobe was never in this type of position.
But so here's the thing, though. But Kobe, they didn't ask him, but we have Kobe mic'd up. He coaches everybody on that floor.
And LeBron does the same thing.
I didn't say that. I didn't say LeBron doesn't coach people on the floor. But once again, with Kobe, Kobe never affected when he got older, I should say. Because young Kobe, him and Shaq going back and forth obviously messed up a lot.
That tore it up.
Yeah, but obviously they went back and, like, got another 2 rings. So, like, but but Kobe himself was a floor coach, and that helped affect the chemistry, because, like, the people who were, they did whatever they did off the court, they left Kobe alone. Kobe was to himself. But on the floor, they knew who they were getting in Kobe Bryant every single night. And that's it. And that worked for the Lakers. Now, if you want to be the whole team, the GM, the best player, the owner, like, you got to – that the chemistry is on you. Like, and it's not fair, but LeBron is also 6'8", 6'9", 260 goddamn pounds. Life ain't fair for people like me. Shit, I could have been born 6'8". Shit, our birthdays only like 2 days apart too. So about 6'8", might be in the same position. That's all I'm saying, y'all. I'm not saying give me my contract, but try me out. Look, I still got it, baby. That's all I'm saying. But no, and like I said, whether it's fair or unfair, we still can't deny it. Like, it's not fair that LeBron's in the position that he's in, according to some people, but he's in it. So you got to take the bad with the great, because your bad is really, if people complain about you is like the worst that it gets, you just fuck it at that point. That's fine. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's nothing. I know for a fact that the sport world, the media, holds LeBron to different standards that they don't even hold Jordan to, or a Kevin Durant. Or the biggest thing that I'm seeing now, or, I saw Stephen A. Smith say it, and a whole bunch of people talk about if he were to join the Warriors, it would be the most cowardly move ever that somebody's ever made. And I'm just thinking,
say it's only cowardly to a degree, because
I don't think it's as cowardly
it's his
as
way of trying to stop Durant from catching him in the greatest of all time. From that perspective, that's the only reason I would think it's cowardly, because you have to think it's not like they would be getting LeBron and keeping Klay. Klay would be gone, and their bench would have to be gone. Some of their key bench players would have to be gone. Livingston, Andre Iguodala, Iggy. Oh yeah, Iggy, and I think Swaggy P would have to go.
I don't know if they would trade him if they let all of that go, just because you need some type of shooter.
Exactly. So at that point, they would have to give up a lot, and LeBron's not a shooter, so he would mess up the chemistry of the starting.
Oh, it would be way different. The thing is, though, is that they would still
They would still they would still win. Like I'm just
thing that I
that's undeniable. But
one thing that I can't say is that we never heard this Kevin Durant being better than LeBron or LeBron passing the crown to Kevin Durant until he joined the Warriors. Yeah. Let's put it out there. I'm so tired of seeing Kevin Durant is better than LeBron. There's no debate.
Once again, but we didn't see LeBron being better than Kobe until he joined the Heat. And Kobe
I don't think LeBron's better than Kobe. I've never said that. I don't think that.
Oh, I thought that you were saying LeBron was better than Kobe earlier.
No, I've never said that. I grew up watching Kobe. That's who I tailor my game to. Yeah. I'll never say that LeBron is better than Kobe. They're two different players. I mean, they're not the same players. Yeah. But when it comes to Kevin Durant and LeBron, LeBron beat him and them is what I'm saying. He beat him as in Kevin Durant. Listen. No,
team, bro.
He still beat him. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
So we're going to say that the Spurs beating LeBron at 24, 25 years old is the same as him.
I didn't say it was the same. I didn't say it was the same. I said it doesn't matter at the end of the day when it comes to head-to-head matchups and who played who. Kevin Durant lost to LeBron.
In the beginning, when they still had a team in the beginning, head-to-heads, they were smacking everybody. Like the Thunder were damn near unstoppable. They had the best record before the Warriors.
They lost. They lost.
Towards the back end, when all the injuries came,
lost.
Then the matchup, the head-to-heads to the with LeBron started favoring LeBron. Like
LeBron would have never lost up 3-1 to anybody.
Up 3-1?
Never.
I could agree with that. I could agree
never.
With that.
It's just not happening. They came back from 3-1. They came back from 3-1 to beat the Warriors. I mean, at the end of the day, LeBron's beat him and he's beat them. Kevin Durant had to join them because he couldn't beat them. Point blank. Period. Why else did he join them? Why else did he join them?
I think he also. I don't know if it was necessarily he felt like he couldn't beat LeBron, but I also think he was more worried about rings. I don't think it had to do with beating LeBron. I legitimately think it had to do with rings.
Yeah, but to get rings, you have to beat LeBron because we know that he's run the East. That period. Yeah. You have to beat LeBron. If you're in the East, you got to beat them. Once again,
I think that the Thunder were good enough to beat LeBron. It wouldn't look nowhere near like what the Warriors did last year. Hell no.
They would have took another L had they beat the Warriors. Kevin Durant.
I just don't. That's like kind of hard to speculate on, just because.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
The Thunder are up and down, but I can say that what Durant did though was just he went to a place where he fit well, just like LeBron did, and it's making his stats look exacerbated, just like it made LeBron's stats look.
I mean, anybody. I just feel like our moms can go play with the Warriors and be that good. That's just point blank period. Steve Kerr's got.
That's how I felt about playing with Dwayne Wade, though. I feel like any star could have went to play with Dwayne Wade and looked that good because Dwayne Wade is that type of player. That system, like, made LeBron's talents look way better. His three-point shooting was that.
Hell no. He was doing the same shit in Cleveland with nobody there.
Bruh, but no. All his stats his percentages went up. Remember the year he had like an insane three-point percentage? Like, it looked like he was the Superman.
So Dwayne Wade made his three-point percentage go up. Tell me how.
Yeah, because you can't triple team or double team LeBron when you have to worry about Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. They played faster on the Heat. And they played small ball.
So LeBron's right now this year he has the highest 3-point percentage that he's ever shot.
No.
This year
I said on the Heat.
I know. I'm saying this year he's been shooting a three at an all-time high. Who's making it better?
In the beginning of the year he was. That's dropped. He's already regressed to the mean. He's already back to normal.
Okay, so who is to blame for that?
Yeah, I was watching it. He just regressed back to the mean. But. Also,
so what about that?
Be much more ball dominant here. He could do more without the ball with the Heat.
But that's what I'm saying. So if he has a ball in his hands and he's shooting more threes, technically speaking, if he's shooting more threes, then first of all, I have to go look at that stat. I have to go see what is looking like this year. But even in going into December, I mean, almost ending the year, he was still shooting the highest 3-point percentage that he's ever shot. So if he regressed just in January, which I know they had a bad month.
It was end of December, all of January, pretty much.
If he regressed in January, then that might be true. But regardless, who can you say, is making that happen? Nobody. That's him shooting the ball. Nobody's driving.
I'm not saying
he has
that
the ball.
He's making it happen, but first of all, his shooting should be better now. I mean, he's like 32 now, so like but what I'm saying is statistically, LeBron played his most efficient on the Heat. He became the best player off the ball that he's ever been on the Heat. Like Durant could never play without the ball. He was the worst off the ball player probably in the league. That's my biggest complaint about him. LeBron played some of his best defense, in my opinion, in
Miami.
On the Heat, because Dwayne
exactly
Wade was
what Kevin Durant's doing right now.
Huh?
Exactly what Kevin Durant's doing now.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? He I feel like was even a better passer on the Heat, because the chemistry between him and Wade was even better than the chemistry between Durant.
I would say they had more highlights. I don't know about better passer. I mean, I think he's been the same type of passer since he's gotten in the league.
He's been the same type of passer, but because of the athleticism of Dwayne Wade, the shooters and the confidence he had in his shooters, like he was doing like just wild shit. It was great.
Yeah,
it was great to look at.
Crazy, yeah.
And his confidence, in my opinion, was higher on the Heat. That when they were like a cohesive unit. And same thing with Durant, because that's the reason that all of your statistics go up, because your confidence is going up. And you have people to help you do it and take attention off of you, because you have to account for the other players on the floor. So from that perspective, I think that Durant and and LeBron are the same. And the only reason I would give part of the edge to Durant, I would make the argument that because of his consistent 3-point shooting and because of his mid-range game is pretty fucking like unreal. And the fact he's just 7 foot tall. Like, I don't think that's a knock on LeBron. You got to give LeBron the edge in most situations because he's 6'9" in the fucking train.
Yeah.
You know, why would anybody in their right mind, if you're walking into a draft, you've never seen them play, why would you pick, Paul George over LeBron? Yeah. You wouldn't, because LeBron looks like he's built like a damn train. Yeah. Like when you walk into the room, I don't know if that nigga can play or not, but
I'm gonna try.
I'm gonna teach him. Look like he might be a tight end, but we're gonna figure this shit out.
Well, I mean,
but yeah, man. So I think that's gonna be it for today. I definitely wanna do a show soon, because we have the All-Star game coming up.
We'll get it done this week.
We got to talk about this dunk contest coming up with Dennis Smith Jr.
Shout out to the Ville. Shout out to the Ville. I'm just telling you, man, he's been doing big things. Bruh. He looks really good this year, and I'm excited. I'm extremely excited to see his career.
I think the best part about watching Dennis play, just as an aside, is he's silky smooth with it.
Yeah.
He's silky. Like, people were like, hold on, is he going fast?
Yeah.
Or like, and then like when he is raising, like, I don't even know how we got to the basket, because he's like sliding across the floor, man. And I'm like, that's what's up, man. I'm glad you're not relying on your athleticism to get baskets. You're trying to be crafty. And well, I mean, if y'all don't know, that's actually how most of Fayetteville plays. Most of Fayetteville, they're crazy athletic, but it's all about being smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth and deceptive with your movements.
Got to.
That's exactly how it is, bro. So, but yeah, we definitely going to talk about the All-Star game, the dunk contest, obviously, and then who
got to pick some winners.
Oh yeah, we definitly do that too. Talking about the dunk contest or for the All-Star game and the skill challenge and all that good stuff.
All of that. We got to pick projected winners. We'll see what that celebrity All-Star game is looking like too.
My dunk contest. I've seen it. I already seen the end result too much. I'm not betting against Dennis. I'm not betting against him.
And then Aaron Gordon. I mean, I'm just hoping he loses again. You know?
Yeah.
Hopefully he loses again.
Bruh. Like I said, Aaron Gordon is nice, bro, but he's 6. I've just seen. Y'all gotta understand. If y'all don't know, go look up Dennis Smith Jr.'s videos on YouTube, bro. How do you think
from high school?
From high school, this man has been dunking like throwing it off the backboard in high school, bro.
Y'all, man, like look, he's a man.
That's what he does, bro. That's what he does. So, all right, man. All right, thank you all so much for tuning in. We will see y'all next time.
Signing off.